Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and channel name is No Effort Content. So guys, this is day one of application of the active recall method, and now I have studied about the epidemiological concepts. So the first question came to our exam, will come to the exam, will be the define epidemiology. So what is the epidemiology? So the definition of the epidemiology says that epidemiology is the study of the distribution of a distribution and the determinants of the health-related events in a specified populations and the application of that study to prevent the health-related problems present in that population. So the many of the terms in that definition stems, and we have to explain and elaborate that term, like the study. Actually, what is study, and what are the distribution, what is determinants, what are determinants, what is the specified population, and what is the application of the study. So we have to describe these terms in our own terms. So there, the next in this question comes for the 12 marks, so we didn't have to write that the definition and the terms. We have to write what are the aims of the aims and the objectives of the epidemiology. So first one is to describe the magnitude and the distribution of health-related problems present in the population. Second one is to identify the etiological factors, like which are the risk factors present for the pathogenesis of the disease in that particular what can I say, disease present in the population, and to provide the data to implement, plan, evaluate the services to prevent, um, to implement, prevent, and treatment for the disease, and to set priority to eliminate that disease in a particular population. So these are the three aims for the study of the population, which is the epidemiology. And next point we have to write an exam is like principles of the epidemiology. Basically, what are there are the two principles and two ways we can study in the epidemiology. First one is the asking the questions, and second one is the comparison study. So making the comparison between the two studies, and first one is the making the questions. So for example, there was one single incident. So guys, where I was, there are the two principles of the studying epidemiology. First one is asking the questions, and second one is making comparisons. So for example, asking questions like, for example, recently there was a outbreak of the GBS, Guelph syndrome in the Pune. So we can ask many questions to study the epidemiology, like what was the event? So event was outbreak of the GBS, and next question is what is the magnitude? Like magnitude of the GBS epidemic was like it was spread over the 20 kilometer of the radius in that water tank area. And next question is where did it happen? So the site of the outbreak of that syndrome, we can answer for that question. And when did it happen? The date, the time duration for that event. This kind of questions being asked and to study the epidemiology. The next question is who are affected in that category, be it child, be it children age group, be it adult age group, be it working age group, and be it elder age group. So that can be the answer for the questions. And why did it happen? In this kind of questions, we try to find out the answers, like reason behind and ecological factors required for that infections. So that kind of question can we can answer in that kind of study. So these kind of questions will help us in the finding the answers and finding preventing making that kind of questions will help us in for collection of the data, analyzing the data, and making the many policies to stop that kind of outbreak, and making schemes, making a plan to prevent that kind of outbreaks in future. So these are the some principles for the of studying epidemiology. So basically, next question they can ask in our exam, like what are the uses of the epidemiology? So I have made a trick to learn like this is a PDBIPE, PEDHIPE. So that in this way I am going to remember the uses of epidemiological study. So P stands for the planning and the evaluation of the services to prevent the outbreak of the diseases. Like yeah, planning and the evaluation of the health services and the plan. The next is the evaluation of evaluating the individual risk and chances. Evaluation of the individual risk and the chances. Next one is the D. D for the community diagnosis. Making community diagnosis This can be the use of epidemiology. Next one is the H. H stands for the to identify the natural history of that particular disease. So this DHI, I for the syndrome identification. That the disease is spread in the community, may be associated with the syndromes. And the syndrome is basically the collection of the symptoms. So we can identify with the study of the epidemiology, the study of the population. And next one is a V, V for the variation, like highs and the lows uh, for the mm, rise and the fall, like a variations like a rise and the fall of the diseases in the population, which is V stands for the variations. And next E stands for the etiological factors to search the risk factors uh, responsible for that particular disease. So this was the uses of the epidemiology. And one question is I have tried to remember with the activity conducted. Sometimes I have to watch because this one is the first video to this one is the starting, but with time I will definitely improve myself. So I just want to recall the uses of the epidemiology. It is the main question and the most important questions may come to our exam. So P stands for the planning and the evaluation of the services and yes, services. And next E stands for the evaluations of the health related programs and individual risk and the chances. Um, D stands for the making community diagnosis. H for the making the natural history for that particular diseases. And PEDHI. I stands for the syndrome identification in the community and the population. DHI. And the V stands for the variation, like rise and the fall of the disease in the particular population. And E stands for the searching etiological factors, risk factors responsible for the particular disease. So guys, that's from my side. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. And do like, share, subscribe. I don't know who's going to watch this video, but that's from my side. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much.